Hi, so today we're going to do senior second Kyu. You'll find that a lot of this is very similar to the senior third Kyu. The difference obviously being our sets, where we do Kihon sets 1 through to 5, both sides, and Juipon sets 1 and 2. Otherwise, all of your basics are the same, so there will be an expectation to see a difference between what you did at third Kyu. There'll be expected to be seen an improvement in those areas. So we're going to get on and do senior second Kyu. First one we're going to do is Sanbonzuki. So Jodan, Chudan, Chudan. Make sure you're attacking on target. So head level for your Jodan. So if you aim for your nose, then it's going to be a nice level at the front. And then Chudan, you're aiming for the centre for your solar plexus. Okay, so step down, Gedanbarai. So the first one is Jodan, Chudan, Chudan. And again, Jodan, Chudan, Chudan. As ever, depending what space you've got, do more techniques, do them on the spot. But whenever you get the chance, do as many as you possibly can. Okay? So, Jodan, Chudan, Chudan. And again, Jodan, Chudan, Chudan. And then when we turn, what we're going to do is, so we've done our Chudan, Chudan. We're going to step the foot across, double block down into Zenku Zadachi. Okay, so we'll have done our Jodan, Chudan, Chudan. We'll have Ki'd, double hand block, twist. Use those hips to twist yourself round. So, Maigeri, aiming Chudan, Jodan punch, double punch for Chudan. And again, Maigeri, Jodan, Chudan, Chudan. So the next one we're going to do, we are going to now be doing Agiyuki, Maigeri, Gyakuzuki, Gedanbarai. Okay, so we're now building in these extra combinations. So from Gedanbarai, Agiyuki. Keep it simple, it's Kihon, so we've got to keep our basics, we've got to keep our double-handed blocks. Agiyuki, back leg Maigeri, step it back, throw the Gyakuzuki in at the same time. So the foot lands, so we've done our Agiyuki, Maigeri, as the foot lands back, that's when the Gyakuzuki comes in. Remember the Hikate hand, keeping it nice and tight. So, Agiyuki, Maigeri, Gyakuzuki, Gedanbarai. So we're seeing the hips and shoulders moving on this. So 1 and 2. And then step backwards. So Agiyuki, Maigeri, Gyakuzuki, Gedanbarai. So making sure, as I say, we're keeping those hips and shoulders turning, getting it nice and tight. Don't lose the power on that Gedanbarai on any of this. So the next technique we're going to do is Soto Ryuki. So as ever, we're starting at the top of the body, working our way down. So Soto Ryuki. Okay. Now, we've done it before where we stop at the Gyakuzuki. This time, we're going all the way through the set. So making sure front stance. Soto Ryuki, front stance. Pulling up into high sokodachi but keep low. Hands come across. Yoko Empi. Okay, so Yoko Empi Uchi. Jodan Arakan. So we're aiming for the head. Pull it back. Step the foot back as we do the Tatishuto, because then we're winding up for that Gyakuzuki coming in. Gedanbarai. Okay, so let's go through that one. Soto Ryuki, Yoko Empi Uchi, Jodan Arakan Uchi, Gyakuzuki, Gedanbarai. And again, Soto Ryuki, Yoko Empi Uchi, Inki Virachi, Arakan Uchi, Gyakuzuki, Gedanbarai. Okay, so let's go through that once more, and we'll do that from forwards and backwards. So 1 and 2. course, your Kyu on the Gyakuzuki. And then going backwards. So 1, 2, and Yami. Next combination we're going to do is Uchi-ryuki, Kizamazuki, Gyakuzuki, Gedanbarai. We're going to change from back stance to front stance. Okay, so from our Uchi-ryuki, Kokutsadachi, so the back stance, we then change, we don't lengthen, but we change the stance. From back stance, the Kizamazuki goes in at Jodan and square up. So we're going into front stance. Gyakuzuki, Gedanbarai. Okay, so Kizamazuki, you don't want full on square shoulders, otherwise when you put your Gyakuzuki in, you've got no power. So Uchi-ryuki, Kizamazuki, so you still more or less hand me. Gyakuzuki, Gedanbarai. Okay, again, don't lose power in that Gedanbarai. So Uchi-ryuki, Kizamazuki, Gyakuzuki, Gedanbarai. And again, 1, 2, 3, 4. And your Kyu on the Gyakuzuki. So we do that forwards and backwards. So 1 and 2. And backwards. 1 and 2. And Yami. Okay, so the next one we're going to do is Shutoaki, Kizamageri, Nukite. So the Kizamageri is a Kizami Maigeri, so it's a Maigeri, but it's off the front leg. So normally we bring it from the back, kick through. This time it's off the front leg. Now we're in back stance, so you shouldn't be rocking yourself backwards. You shouldn't be rocking yourself backwards to get that kick in. You should already have the weight on that back leg. Obviously if you have any knee issues, be careful. So step down, Shutoaki. Nice, 45 degrees, hand me, blocking to the side. Step forward, Shutoaki. We're going to kick off that front leg, Nukite. We're aiming to go a full front stance. So from here, we kick and land. So you're lifting your foot, think about that you're stepping over a big barrel or something like that, okay, or a fence. So you're coming up and over. So we're going from inline to hip width. Okay, Shutoaki, step forwards, kick off the front leg, Nukite. And backwards, 1 and 2. And Yami. Okay, so the next thing we're going to do is Maigeri Mawashigeri, Jodan Arakanuchi, Chudan Gyakuzuki, Gedanbarai. So you've got a few bits here to remember. So, from Zenkutsudachi, Maigeri, forwards, back leg, Mawashigeri. Wind yourself up so you come halfway. If you wind yourself up, it gives you that chance to load the power for the uraken. Okay? Maigeri, Mawashigeri. Wind yourself up, get your hands ready, step forward, uraken. So front stance, pull those shoulder blades together. Gyakuzuki, Gedanbarai. Okay? Now because you've got 2 kicks in this, you won't have as much space to do as many. So, Maigeri, Mawashigeri, uraken, Gyakuzuki, Gedanbarai. But make sure you try it on both sides. So, Maigeri, Mawashigeri off the back leg, load, uraken, Gyakuzuki, Gedanbarai. Okay? So you'll do that 3 or 5 times, forwards, turn, and then you'll do it going backwards as well. Now, it's important to try it on both sides because obviously you're changing legs each time. So if you don't have much space, make sure you step back and then repeat. So let's do that once more, all the way through. And 1, okay, and then repeat. So the next technique is very similar, but this time instead of a mawashigeri, we are coming in with a yokogari kakome. So it's a side thrust kick, changing the uraken for a jodan shuto uchi. So we still come down from zenkutsudachi, chudan maigeri, back leg comes through, get yourself twisted round so that your hips are ready. So use your momentum to turn. So from zenkutsudachi, maigeri, kikomi, load, shuto. Because it's shuto, both hands should be open. So maigeri, kikomi, jodan shuto, gyakuzuki, gedan barai. And then repeat it on the other side. So maigeri, kikomi, shuto, gyakuzuki, gedan barai. And make sure you're landing wide enough when you come down from that kikomi. Okay? So all the way through. 1. And then change legs. So 2. And yummy. And then keep repeating. And as ever, pause, rewind, repeat, practice it as you need to. All of this is in the hips though. So after you've done your kicks, whether it's a kikomi or the mawashigeri, getting those hips round, ready for the next technique. So the next thing we're going to do is, we're going to be in kibarachi. We're going to change to front stance, to zenkutsudachi, and then back to kibarachi. So the techniques are yokogari kyagi, so side snap kick, gyakuzuki, gedan barai. So from kibarachi, stepping across, keep those toes close together when you step, as we said before. Step across, foot comes up, kyagi, step wide for the gyakuzuki into front stance, gedan barai, back into kibarachi. So 1, and again 2, and then to turn just on the spot, gedan barai, and go the other way. And yeah. And then pick up speed. Once you've got your basics on these, build up your speed. Okay. So the next thing we're going to do is a shirageri. So from zenkutsudachi, turn on the spot, look over, under, make sure you're looking though. Kick behind, those hips again, to turn you round. Okay. It's easier when you do it quicker. So turn, kick, turn, land. And then we go the other way. And you do this 3 times. So we turn, keep looking where we're going, kick, turn, land. So if we do it full speed, because there's 2 ways you can do it. You can stop here, halfway. So from the other direction, you'll be turning to here, almost into cat stance. So you pause, but you lose your power when you do that. So what you want to do is keep it going fluid, okay? So we're just going to do it forwards. And 1, 2. Okay, and when you do it more and more, you get a bit dizzy, so you can lose your balance. But keep practicing it, okay? The foot should be vertical. If you're doing it sideways, it's a shirakakomi. Your hips should be square to the floor, kicking with your toes pointing down. Very hard to get right, but do practice it. So the final part of our Kihon basics is multiple kicks. Now with these multiple kicks, we're not moving anywhere, it's all on the spot. So you're going to do my geri to the front, kekomi to the side. You'll do it 3 times on your right leg, 3 times on your left leg, unless you're told to do more. But always listen to what you're being asked on grading day. But what you're going to do, you're going to kick to the front, pull your foot back, then kick to the side, then step down. So bring your foot to the knee, give yourself a rest if you need to, get your balance. Keep that supporting leg bent, and that will help with your balance as well. So, from Zenkutsudachi, my geri to the front, put it back. We've got to turn on that supporting foot. We're going to kick to the side, kekomi, and then back. So, my geri, kekomi, and again, my geri, kekomi. Okay, this is Kihon basics, so keep your hands to the side. It's not in judachi, it's from the sides. And then we change legs and repeat on the other side. So, my geri, kekomi. Always keeping an eye on what your foot's doing, okay? So that's all of your basics. So if you need to, pause, repeat, go back, build up that power, that speed, okay? We're going to go through all of the Kihon sets, 1 through 5. Remember doing both sides. Then we're going to go through Juippon sets 1 and 2, okay? We're going to make sure that for each of them, you've got the left and the right side. I'm afraid I don't have a helper, so you'll just have to imagine the attackers coming in, all right? We will cover it more within the lessons, but at least you've got the basic moves, all right? So, Kihon Ippon sets. We're just going to go through it with a right attack coming in. So my attack is coming into my left-hand side with the badge. So I'm going to do it the basic side. Make sure you practice both sides as well though. So, standing in yoi, so feet, haikudachi, so parallel stance, knees soft, hands in yoi. So set 1, jodan. Coming back, chudan. My geri. Set 2, so remember we're starting to add the angles in now. So jodan, chudan. My geri. So set 3, jodan. Chudan. My geri. Kekomi. Mawashi geri. Set 4, jodan. Chudan. My geri. Kekomi. Mawashi geri. Set 5, jodan. Chudan. My geri. Kekomi. And mawashi geri. And then repeat them on the other side. So Juippon set 1, the main difference obviously here is that we are not coming from, or we're not standing in yoi for the defence, we're both in judachi. So as a reminder, Zenkutsudachi is here, pull the front foot back the length of your foot. That's judachi, okay? Sit more centrally on it, you've still got more weight on the front, but just sit a little bit more centrally. Your hands are, well, we'd normally say that's chudan, but that's your jodan defence and a chudan one. You will find your comfortable level Some people fight with arms slightly further out, but you will find where that needs to be. Okay, what we don't want is this, because we're not boxing. So we've got a clear Jodan, clear Chudan. Both defender and attacker step into Judach. Okay, so again, the attacker is coming in with a right punch to my left hand side. We're going to step 45 degrees, Tati Shuto. So that's going into the elbow crook there. Gyakuzuki, full, make sure, even though we're starting in Judach here, this is in full front stance. Gyakuzuki, fully extended. If you need to, if you're too far away, lift that heel off the floor and then push away. Okay. Now, usually, if you're fighting a lady, you'll push back off the arm. You can do that with men as well, but obviously with men, you can also push off the chest if you want to. All right. Usually, you'll find that you'll go for the same place, and that tends to be the arm because you're trying to control that arm. All right. So, Tati Shuto, Gyakuzuki, push away. Back into Judach, and we're shuffling away, so if they come in with a second attack, it's either going to not reach us quite as easily, or we're going to be able to get away a lot quicker. Okay, so that's Jodan. Chudan, same as set 1 Ki Honipon, but you don't need to do the full move. It swings across. Step your back foot out the way. Gyakuzuki, so you're now on their back, push away off their back. Okay, so 1, 2, 3. Straight back to the front, so you always reset to that central position. My Geri, rather than going straight back for Ganambarai, we go off to the angle. Gyakuzuki, push away. Okay? So, set 1 Juipon. Jodan. Chudan. And my Geri. Okay, so that's set 1 Juipon. So now set 2 Juipon, we are going to do, and there's a lot of footwork in this one. So with the Jodan, you are holding your nerve. They're coming in, they're going to hit you in the face, but you have to wait till the very last minute. We're going to do Nagashiyuki, pushing across, okay, and an Urazuki. So just like we're doing here in Nidan, so we've done 1, 2, the move is very similar, so from Judach, here, okay, so you're shuffling in. So if you think that Nidan's there, all you're doing is opening your hand. That's your block, that's your counter attack. Push away. So 1, 2. So we're going on the outside of the arm. And 1, 2. Okay. So Chudan, we're going to step away from it. We're going to do Seryuto Uki. So Seryuto is a saber block, and if that's Shuto, that's Seryuto. It's very, very different, very little difference. And you're blocking more with this lower part here. Okay. A saber is more curved. Knife nice and straight. Saber is curved. So that's your Seryuto block. Okay, and you're striking down with it. That's going to push the hand down, a bit like a tail soki, pressing it down. As we step back, we block, and the other hand comes up to your ear. Okay, so we're going to block with our, in this instance, our left hand, step back with our left foot. We then extend Uraken to the face, and then push back down Seryuto Uki. Okay, so it's a block, strike, block. Now on this one there's no push away. So stepping back with the left leg, blocking with the left hand. If you're doing it on the opposite side, it's right foot back, right hand. Okay, so from Judach, 1, 2, 3. And you're winding that Uraken up. You've got your shoulder blades together, and then a strike. Okay, when you're doing this, be careful because you are striking the back of the hands, and it can hurt when you hit with that past the hand. So from here, step back, strike, down. Okay, and then my Geri. So my Geri, we're going to turn on the spot, wind ourselves up, and then strike. So the kick is coming in, and we're going to do a right hand block. So we're turning our left foot out. So it's a left kick, so our left foot moves. If we're doing it the other side, it's a right kick, so our right foot moves. Okay. So we block Ganambarai, pull back into Neko Ashidachi, Tati Shuto. That's keeping your distance. We then step forward into Zenkutsudachi, Jodan Oizuki or Junzuki, and then pull back. So 1, 2, 3, snap back. And again, there's no push away on this one. So let's go through that one. So from Jodan, Chudan, and Maigeri. Yes. So the last thing to cover for our second cue is we need to cover Basaidai. Now it's a big, strong, long kata. We're going to go through it. I'm not going to be teaching it, but I'll go through the movements, okay? I will do a separate video for it, but you can always look for Soko Kanazawa, and he did a lot of his videos. He did all 26 kata for Shotokan, and you will be able to see it there if you look on YouTube, okay? So that's Soko Kanazawa, and you'll be able to see the video. He does it full speed and he does it slow motion, so you can see the moves with more space, okay? But I will go through it now. So Basaidai, to penetrate a fortress, major. There's another one further on which you can do for Nidan black belt, and that's Basai Sho, so penetrated fortress, minor. This one's the major one, big, strong, powerful. So if you get on well with Heian Godan, you'll get on well with Basaidai. Okay, so with Basaidai, a bit like we had a yoi position for Teki Shodan, here we do have a yoi position. We pull our right foot in into our yoi position here. Okay, so from yoi, Jiai no Kumai. Okay, so stance of benevolence. I have a weapon, but it's sheathed. Right, so it comes in from yoi, Basaidai, Basaidai yoi, so that's from one angle. From the other, and right, yes. As I say, we'll make sure there's a slow video explaining the kata which I've not done on this one, but I will put that out there separately. Okay, so that's the Senior Second Kyu, Kihon Basics, Kumite Set, and your kata. Obviously make sure you're practicing Takiyoku Shodan, Heian Shodan, Heian Nidan, Heian Sandan, Heian Yondan, Heian Godan, and Teki Shodan, because you could be asked to do any of those. Okay, so make sure you're practicing all of those. That is your Senior Second Kyu syllabus.